Zathura is considered to be good.
Was it?
Yeah.
I didn't enjoy it.
Jon Favreau directed, starring Kristen Stewart, and you didn't like it.
Maybe I haven't seen this.
You haven't.
Were you thinking of Bridge to
Terabithia? Yeah, that's
Oh,
exactly what I
Jesus
think I was
Christ,
thinking.
So different. How did you know that's what he was thinking?
I just know Ty.
Hey guys, and welcome to episode 37 of the Upper Late Podcast. My name is Scott Ellis. I'm joined here as always by Tim McGavick. What up?
Super jazzed.
Super jazzed up.
Oh yeah.
Also here,
Seem jazzed.
Tyler Switolski
Hello. Hello. Glad to be here.
and Adam Franey.
I'm just super jazzed right now.
Oh man, I wish
Super
I was
jazzed.
Get the fuck out for stealing my line.
Sorry. Bye.
Can't
So
just steal people's
I'm
lines like that.
jazzed.
Scott, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good.
Yeah?
Doing
Are
good.
you jazzed?
It's going to be a good one.
Yeah, a little bluesy, not quite
Little
jazzy.
bluesy.
Oh, disgusting. Is that better or worse than stealing your line?
It's a little bit worse actually.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's disgusting.
I'm so sorry. Let's just run down some of the topics we're going to discuss on this week's
sorry.
episode. We're going to do our last seen movies as well as our review of the week, and that is The Little Prince. We're also going to talk some trailers this week, including Sausage Party, Ben-Hur, X-Men Apocalypse, as well as some other news topics, so we're going to get into that later. If you do want to skip to any of those topics that I just mentioned, you can go in the description box below on YouTube and click on any of the timestamps, and you can skip ahead. And if you guys do like our videos, don't forget to like, comment in the comment section, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. So with that out of the way, let's get into our last scenes. Anyone want to start us off this week? Tim? Tim, perhaps?
I watched.
You don't say.
I'll give you a little plot synopsis at first, I guess.
Timnopsis.
Timnopsis. What? The ahem was not part of the plot.
Oh, you have my attention.
In a plot to drive down the stock prices left over from a deceased president, a board of directors promotes a naive man on his first day in the mailroom to act as a proxy. This is 1994's The Hudsucker Proxy.
Wow.
Written by Joel Cohen, Ethan Cohen, and Sam Raimi.
What?
Directed by Joel and Ethan Cohen. Starring Tim Robbins as the naive man.
Yes.
Jennifer Jason Leigh as a fast-talking reporter. And Paul Newman as a director of the company, I think.
Oh, Paul Newman.
He's like second in command.
Yeah, basically.
Sure. This movie is odd.
Quite odd.
It's probably the wackiest Coen Brothers movie I've seen. Most like screwball type thing.
Really?
Have you seen Lady Killers?
No.
Because they do some screwball-y stuff sometimes,
Yeah.
so that's saying
This
a lot.
is. Have you seen Hudsucker? You've seen
No.
all of their. You haven't seen this one yet. It's very odd. It's comedy, like pretty much straight up comedy. I was looking for some depth, and I was like, maybe the story means a little bit more. Not really.
Not really, eh?
There's some funny scenes. Overall,
Some funny scenes. Nice.
I can't say
Nice
I
ones.
enjoyed it that much. I gave it a light 3
Ooh, right away.
because there are some
Yeah.
cool scenes. Like the sets are pretty sweet.
Pretty cool.
Scott
I've
has
seen
seen
this,
this. Tell me if you agree with this. This is kind of like Terry Gilliam meets like Michael Keaton's Batman set design.
Yeah, really.
Right?
Like
It's
the,
kinda like-
the design for Gotham
Yeah,
City and the...
it looks a lot like Gotham,
Yeah.
and it's shot a lot like it uses miniatures for most of like the. There's not a lot of scenes of like skyscraper shots, but when they do, it's miniatures, and it looks like
Really?
like
Gotham
90s,
essentially. Yeah,
I don't
and
know.
it feels like a Terry Gilliam movie. Like, have you guys seen Brazil at all?
I haven't seen any Gilliam.
I haven't seen Brazil.
Okay, it's just like
Somebody show me Q.
with like the mailroom itself looks a lot like it's like over the top. Like there's like hundreds of people and there's paper flying everywhere and it's like that.
That
type
always
of
reminded
thing.
me of like, I was like, wow, did Elf straight up steal from Hudsucker?
Yeah,
Like literally, like when he goes to the mailroom in Elf,
Yeah.
it's like the exact same
Yeah.
as Hudsucker Proxy.
Really?
Yes.
Did they invent that like trope of like the crazy mailroom where guys are like firing those cylinders and those vacuum
that
tubes?
happens in this
That
movie.
literally
So
like
they,
that's
they invented it.
Yeah.
And then there's like a blurred letter that shows up, and like everyone like freaks out and loses their shit. And they all like hide behind like their desks, and the guy's just like running up with the blue letter like down the aisle. He's like, there's just so much like wacky stuff.
I'm in. You're selling me.
There's a scene at the end
Gotta watch Elf now.
which comes out of nowhere. I'll just leave it at that.
Deus Ex Machina moment.
Yep, there's a Deus Ex Machina moment. I was okay with it.
I was not okay with that.
It was odd. It was definitely odd. It was very weird,
Controversial.
and it wasn't really explained.
I thought it was pretty shoehorned.
But
pretty
I thought
thrown in.
Tim Robbins was hilarious. He was really funny.
Well cast. Well,
Yeah,
did
he
a
plays
good
like a
job
buffoon really
What's
really
the
well.
cast? I thought John Turturro, is he the main guy?
No, Tim Robbins.
Tim Robbins is the
Yeah.
really. Who else
Yeah.
is in it? Did you go over this
Jennifer
already?
Jason Leigh.
I just black out when you
Yeah.
speak usually. So
Jennifer Jason Leigh from Hateful Eight, sure.
I know.
And Paul Newman.
it was good. I haven't seen much of Jennifer Jason Leigh.
Yeah, she was really good.
and
Like
she was good.
her character's kind of annoying, like just that thing, but like
Just a little bit more to her character, I guess.
Yeah.
But
it was interesting. Interesting movie. It didn't quite feel like a Coen Brothers movie.
they have these weird. They have a bunch of different types of movies that they
Yeah.
do. Like they do the Hudsucker Proxy.
Yeah,
like
they did
Screwball,
the
like
screwball
Raising
comedies,
Arizona type movies.
the Crime Gone Wrong movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is an odd one. I don't know where I'm going to place it into my Coen Brother list when I do that eventually. I still have to watch Lady Killers, Intolerable Cruelty, and then
Do
Blood
you
Simple.
have to watch?
I don't have to. I'm probably going to put that one last.
Yeah.
But boom, late 3, Hudsucker Proxy, 1984.
It's like I've seen all of them. It's lower on the list for sure. But
I wasn't even gonna bother.
Adam's buddies over at Film Junk 5-banged this one,
Oh, they're in
as well
love.
as almost every other Coen Brother movie.
I can't believe
Yeah.
that someone could give that a 5 out of 5. That's bizarre.
It seems I haven't seen it, and I was astonished.
Yeah, it's odd.
It's pretty odd, right? After seeing
I'll
it.
tweet them and see what they have to say for themselves.
All right. Who wants to jump in next with their last scene?
I will jump in.
Tyler?
Ty, you're passionate about this. You jump right in.
I will jump right in.
Jumping.
So, just so you guys cards on the table, I did watch Victor Frankenstein this week.
We saw
Um,
on Letterboxd.
I'm not going to talk about that one because, quite frankly, I won't make it to the end of this podcast.
The last scene, though, because I really don't want to talk about that.
That's okay. Professional hitman Charlie Wolf finds himself in 3 tales of murder, blackmail, and revenge after a botched contract assassination. Anyone?
I'm clueless.
I don't know.
Starring Simon Pegg, Teresa Palmer, Alice Braga. Kill Me 3 Times. Came out.
Interesting. This past year, yeah.
Kill Me
Yeah.
3 Times is the name of
Yeah,
the
I
movie?
remember seeing trailers for this.
What?
Yeah.
I've literally never heard of this.
Oh, well.
I think it only released in UK, or did it get a wide release in...
Actually,
Yes?
it was interesting you should say that. Its initial release was in Toronto.
Like
Well,
TIFF? Or
Probably TIFF.
I think it was TIFF.
that doesn't count as like
Yeah.
the release, though, right?
No.
It's a preview.
That being said,
Trying to figure out when it's released now.
I'm trying to figure. I'm scouring the mem banks.
Let's go with 2015.
Yeah, sure.
If it was TIFF, then
Yeah.
it was probably released
Tell
that
me,
year.
I'm intrigued.
Um,
Director, writer, like anyone I've heard of?
Siri. Now's not the
Your
time.
memory's making some weird noises.
it was a. It was not an amazing movie. I'll give you. I'll give you this. It was.
Surprising.
I liked Simon Pegg in it. Crib Stenders is the director.
Oh,
Classic crib.
Crib Stenders, huh?
Wait, crib extender? What?
That's what I heard. What's his name?
Do you guys know?
Kriv Stenders.
What's he done?
Yeah.
Red Dog.
Okay.
Okay.
He hasn't done much.
Sweetie, back to you.
You doing some
So you loved it,
Coronation
okay.
Street episodes?
No. Not. It was kind of cool seeing Simon Pegg in this role. It was a new
He was a
character,
hitman, right?
but it wasn't a new role. It was like it had like subtlety, like subtle hints of like when he like his the third movie of the World's End. And, like, subtle, like, kind of craziness, kind of...
Was he just playing Simon Pegg himself?
Not really. It was... He still had the same kind of mannerisms, but his character was different. It was a new character, but a different role kind of thing. It was very different.
Okay.
But the beginning of this movie, they started this movie off at the end, which I thought was kind of cool. So they started off, like, it's all about murder, blackmail. Like, they start this off right at the beginning. And so then they kind of go backwards, and it all has to do with this guy's money and how, like, this bag of money is affecting all three different stories and how they all kind of tie together.
Cool.
It wraps up very, very well, but at the same time it was kind of a struggle to sit through.
Really, just meandering.
Yeah, like I wasn't too impressed by it.
Didn't grab you.
What's the tone? Is it like a comedy, or is it more serious or dramedy?
It had hints. That's the word. It was hard to get a real, like, hit the nail on the head of this one, because it felt like it had hints of humor to it, but it wasn't necessarily a comedy. It was more of like, it wasn't even really a thriller. It was kind of
just messy. Just totally
didn't know what it wanted to be.
Yeah, like, it was kind of just there. It was
It was just there.
Doesn't sound good.
Maybe that's why I didn't get a North American release.
Well,
I don't think it did.
The funny thing is, it had
Did
it
Really?
April 10th, 2015.
Oh, it was that early. Wow.
I literally did not hear a word.
Came and went.
Like, no trailer, no online.
Has a staggering
talk,
14% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, I was gonna
Gets
mention that.
smashed
Do you
to bits.
have, like, an app on your phone that just warns you about the worst movies of the year, and you just
And then I watched them.
watch those?
Yeah,
Make sure
those
you
are
watch
the
them.
those are the ones that I watch.
I think, does Victor Frankenstein have a higher Rotten Tomato score than that?
Probably.
I think it does.
Should have went with VF. Dear God.
Uh,
Yes, I call it VF. What's the reels, brah?
So if I had to hit this with the reels,
Let's get this over with. Like your life.
I'm gonna give this a light 2.
Ooh,
Light 2.
savage.
generous.
Yeah,
And you are a big Simon Pegg fan?
I am, and that's kind of like that's really the only thing that's carrying this.
Right. So he saved it somewhat? Like, he
yeah.
made it
You do-
tolerable at all?
You do relate, pretty well probably with his World's End character, I guess.
Just a shit
Just
guy
a
going,
shitty drunkard.
just
That's you,
Scumbag.
yeah.
piece
I
of
can see
shit.
it.
Yeah,
Nice.
I can confirm that Victor Frankenstein has a higher Rotten
Ooh.
Tomato score.
What is
Currently
it
sitting
coming
at
26.
so much higher actually.
Double.
A full 12.
Almost double.
wow.
Dot.
Shocking.
Wow.
Shocking.
Tim.
All right. Adam, you breaking out the memory bank. You want to fill us in on your last scene?
I'll fill you boys in here. A committed dancer wins the lead role in a production of Tchaikovsky's Swan Lake, only to find herself struggling to maintain her sanity.
I was gonna say sexuality.
A little bit of that too. I'm shocked you haven't seen this before.
Right?
Yeah, it's
I
disturbing.
can't believe it's
eh?
taking
I mean,
this
I knew you
long.
haven't.
I'm happy
but
you've seen
I
it.
can finally
You know what
verbally
it is,
tell
I
you.
Ty?
don't know what it is. I've been staring at her face for like how many weeks now?
I can
I took
confirm.
it into my room.
We have a DVD of Black Swan in the room every episode. Rated R, 2010 drama/horror, starring Natalie Portman, Mila Kunis, Vincent. What's his last name? Cassell, right?
D'Onofrio.
Vincent
Can
Cassell.
you imagine Vincent D'Onofrio in that role?
Yes.
Yes.
That barrel swinging around.
And Winona Ryder. I'll just skip right over that.
His coolness.
Directed by Darren Aronofsky. Written by Mark Heyman, who also wrote The Wrestler for Darren Aronofsky.
Sick.
Yes. Quite the run Mr. Aronofsky was on in 2008, 2010. Both Best Picture nominees. This one won Natalie Portman her only Academy Award for Best Actress. And she was pretty fantastico in it.
Pretty great, right?
Me likey. It was nice. I'm in. I think this is actually my first Aronofsky movie. Nope, I saw
Fountain?
Noah. It's called Noah? Russell Crowe?
Yeah.
Tim,
Have you seen the
you're
Fountain?
looking at me like you're gonna snap.
Have you seen The
Yes.
Fountain?
Okay. No, I haven't seen. I pulled a Switty. I watched his worst movie, and that was it. But now I've seen Black Swan, so you can't make fun of me.
I'm so confused.
I know. I'm
Everything
defying.
you knew was a lie. But
I thought it was weird you hadn't seen Black Swan, but you've only seen Noah.
Tim, moving on. It was great. It reminded me. I teased to you guys off the air. It reminded me of another movie that I haven't heard anyone compare to. Have you guys ever thought of like Birdman parallels? This is like a horror version of Birdman to me.
Somewhat. With the bird parallels.
Just that, because, you know, a swan is a bird.
Yes.
No. Just that it's like it's on stage.
The character arcs are a little different though.
Yeah.
Visually, yeah, but.
Yeah, some of the cinematography, but like also just the themes of like someone psychologically being toyed with about a character that they're playing like on a stage, right?
Yeah.
In a stage format.
Yeah, okay, no, I can see that.
It just reminded me
like
of
someone's life being taken over by like the art.
Totally, yeah, right? There's a lot of meta stuff going on, like
Edward Norton's giant raging boner.
That was one difference.
I could see why
Vincent Cassell's giant raging boner. I mean, come on. And like just the meta-ness of her life kind of mirroring her character in the play. Yeah. I just thought it was awesomely directed. Just brilliant performances. It was really cool, like horror elements. Like I said, like some of the like body mutilation scenes were like.
The one scene that gets me is the hangnail with.
Oh, I knew you were gonna say it. It makes me cringe. She's just like seeing her like a hangnail in the mirror, and then she slowly peels it back, and it's just a strip of skin like tears off.
Like, entire way, it's like disgusting. My worst nightmare.
Just like and I appreciate that the Academy recognized it for Best Picture because it's a pretty like different out there movie. It's not a safe vanilla movie at all.
It's like people were talking about Birdman being like a not a safe pick. This is like even less of a safe pick. Yeah,
the way Birdman is so polarizing now, I'd love to have seen like the reaction when this movie came out. People like, what is this Black Swan movie? I could just hear like parents all over the world just being like, what was that? One of 4 horror movies, like air quotes horror, listed as horror on IMDb to be nominated for Best Picture.
It's more like a psychological horror than like a physical horror.
Yeah. Of course, yeah.
It's like how Silence of the Lambs is considered a horror movie, and
I was just gonna say
it's kind of a horror movie, but not really.
Well, it's considered
thriller horror.
Yeah, one of 4 horror movies. The other 3 being Sixth Sense, Silence of the Lambs, and Exorcist. So, I mean, Silence of the Lambs, a thriller. The other 2 are just straight horror. So that blew my mind when I read that. Natalie Portman, like I feel like her performance is almost underrated because it was.
Yeah, it doesn't get talked about anymore. Really.
I feel like she completely transformed.
If you knew what she went through, like I was reading up on it. It totally changes how I want to go rewatch it knowing what she went through.
She like learned how to dance and everything for it.
She went through a year of ballet training, like 5 days a week, paid for out of her own pocket because the budget was so low. And this was before the movie was greenlit. Like she showed up with that on the resume, like I'm prepared to literally do anything.
I am a ballet dancer.
I'm now a certified ballet dancer. She lost 20 pounds. Which is a lot because she was already skinny. It shows. She was petite, like borderline anorexic. She did, I read the exact number, 111 like shots of her dancing. There's 128 total and 111 were her. That's incredible.
Like there was some controversy, I think, not really controversy, but people saying like, oh, like she like had like a stunt double for like a lot of dancing.
I remember.
And then they just like straight bodied the criticism by giving that stat.
Yeah, they had like a professional dancer on set to like do
like
this.
certain shots, certain.
Yeah,
things.
but that professional dancer came out and said, nope, what you're seeing was literally 80% Natalie Portman.
Not even 80, like 90%. Like.
Yeah, her quote was 80, but yeah, if you actually like do the math, it's over 80.
And like she was actually on point and everything, like which is a big step for like a ballet dancer to like be able to dance like on your toes and your like tippy toes like that.
Right.
Like that's not like an easy thing to do.
And
so like, and she was doing stuff on point.
I feel like it's like the Whiplash thing with Miles Teller, how like he's actually doing like whatever 80% of the drumming, 90% of the drumming. It's like that's above and beyond. You're actually doing a skill.
You're not acting.
Not only
Yeah.
just acting, you're actually bringing something to the table. That's more than you are that character.
Like literally doing
if
something
someone-
that wasn't asked of you.
It's like if someone like learns how to play the piano to like do a piano playing scene or
It's
something
like
like that.
it's like McAvoy shaving his head for X-Men, right?
Bad example.
Above and beyond.
Above and beyond, and then you're like, actually, sorry.
Guys, I shaved my head for this role.
Imagine she
Actually,
was
we'll
like,
just
I
see.
did a year of dancing. They're like, we got a dancer. It's fine. Like, get out.
Yeah, but did you shave your head though?
She did for V for Vendetta. But, and I was reading Darren Aronofsky would like to create, because she gets into a tiff with Mila Kunis' character in the movie, and they kind of, have a tension between them.
Yeah.
He would send them texts to each of their phones, like, about like made up like rumors that they were saying about each other behind the scenes on the set to get them to hate each other, and wouldn't let them hang out at all. He like literally like went like full a tour and like full method Tropic Thunder mode.
Full Jared Leto.
Jared Leto.
Who's that?
Yeah, full Jared. That is a good
Yeah.
example. Yeah, so I was pretty impressed. I would probably give it a heavy 3. Heavy 3.
Wow.
Oh,
That's
that's
way
really
lower than
low.
I thought you were.
That seems aggressively
You
low.
said nothing bad about this, and you're like, heavy 3.
Oh, I
What
wasn't
don't you like about
blown.
it then? 'Cause
You're tie right now, to me.
I'm tired. Oh God, this entire thing has been
You
tied.
saw
Fuck.
this awesome director's worst movie first, and then now you're being like, this movie's amazing. Heavy 3.
I never said amazing. I said it was really good. I just
It's close. I mean, shit.
I don't know. Well, there's nothing
It's about
glaring.
ballet.
Yeah,
It's about
ew,
dancing.
ugh. I'm out. There's nothing glaringly wrong with it. I just wasn't like blown away or like moved to tears. But
I could have sworn you said you were blown away.
No. Listen back, listeners, and comment you can quote me if I said blown away. I don't know, some of the special effects for like the transformation type stuff.
Yeah, I remember that looking great.
Shoddy.
Yeah.
Not so good. $13 million budget, so can't be expected to have like amazing effects, but stuff like that. And
I remember.
I don't know, it was just,
Wow.
it wasn't a perfect movie. It's not
That's fair.
It's probably a heavy 4 for me.
Could be 4.
Yeah.
Holy shit. I'm talking like 3.5 on Letterboxd.
Or like 4. 4 or heavy 4
Wow.
on Letterboxd.
I
I loved it.
Well, fuck you. Moving on.
All right.
It's shit. Continue.
Well, I'm gonna jump in then with my last scene, if you don't mind. I did.
You run the show, I guess.
Yes, this movie came out the year of my birth, which is 1991. Ironically, directed by Terry Gilliam, which you
Whoa.
mentioned.
Interesting.
Very interesting.
I also thought Hudsucker Proxy was filmed in 1991. I alluded that to you guys earlier. I was like shocked that it was 94.
Huge difference.
huge difference. That's like halfway through your life. And like you already lived a long time
You're
before that came
25.
I
out.
thought it was filmed when I was like 41, but it was like when I was 45.
That's when Tim was in the war.
Let me just pull out the little synopsis here.
I could probably give you one right now.
Why, you already know what it is?
Time Bandits?
No.
Oh, fuck, I have no idea.
A former radio DJ. You know yet?
12 Monkeys.
No. Suicidally despondent because of a terrible mistake he made, finds redemption in helping a homeless man who was an unwitting victim of that mistake. Any ideas? We were thinking about watching it last week, maybe.
The Fisher King?
The Fisher King, yes.
Terry Gilliam did that?
Terry Gilliam did that.
I knew the synopsis. I was like, sounds like the Fisher King, but it's obviously not Terry Gilliam. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I about the
I didn't know it was Terry Gilliam either. 'Cause I actually bought the DVD for this this week.
Sorry, the what?
I just saw it at HMV and just picked it up. Because why not? I don't know. I don't usually pick up movies I haven't seen, but I picked this one up. Starring Jeff Bridges, Robin Williams, Mercedes Ruehl, and Amanda Plummer. This movie, surprisingly, I did not realize, maybe we talked about it last week, but nominated for 6 Academy Awards and won 1 Academy Award for Mercedes Ruehl for Best Supporting Actress, which I was shocked by when I found that out. I was like, are you kidding? Like, she won. She's like, she plays Jeff Bridges' like girlfriend basically. And
like a Mark Rylance kind of moment. You're like, wow, really?
it must have been a weak year in 1991. Like she just played like a almost stereotypical like girlfriend, like where he doesn't want to commit and she like wants to.
Do you know anything about this lady, Mercedes Rules? Ruels?
She hasn't done much besides. She hasn't done much really since.
I was gonna say maybe she's nothing like that, like in reality. So it was like transformative, maybe.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I don't know if you guys know like Married with Children, the sitcom. She basically is like the wife in that.
Oh.
Like she dresses the exact same as.
Oh, she's like the wife. Okay.
Yeah, but a little different character. But like when I first saw her, I was like, oh my god, it's the wife from Married with Kids.
Yeah, she just kind of looked like her a little bit.
Right, like the big poofy hair and like the flashy like 80s clothing. The acting like she was like good, I guess, but I don't know if like I would if this movie came out this year, like there's no way she gets nominated for that role. I don't know. It was I found it bizarre, but it was nominated. Robin Williams was nominated for Best Actor.
I remember reading that when we were gonna watch it.
I don't know if this was like one of the first movies he did where he played like a super like serious character, like it was a serious like dramatic thing. I don't know if he'd done a couple things before this, but he was great. 1991. Did he do some stuff in the 80s?
Good Morning Vietnam, was he nominated for that?
Dead Poet Society in 90 or 88, I think.
Oh, okay.
Amazing. Wow.
But Jeff Bridges was great. You'd like Jeff Bridges in this because he basically plays like Howard Stern.
Oh, I'm in.
Yeah.
That's what I assumed.
He's like a shock jock DJ.
That's what I thought.
And apparently, like they consulted with Howard Stern on it. Yeah,
really?
Because it was like basically like it was literally him. Like,
surprised he didn't play it himself.
I want this guy to be like the greasiest Jew ever. Okay.
Jeff Bridges. Who else?
Howard Stern.
Jeff Bridges. But no,
dude.
I think they were going to consult with him. They're going to use some of his like tapes as like use dialogue
reference and stuff.
Yeah, as reference. But then they didn't want to pay him for it. Apparently, the studio didn't want to pay Howard Stern, and he was going to like be a consultant then. And then they didn't want to pay him anything, so he just got bodied.
To like get shit on, get out, sir.
This character is based on you, but we don't want your help at all.
That's nice of them.
Yeah, it's a tough movie to kind of quantify. Like, it got nominated for all these awards. I'm like, oh my goodness. Like, original screenplay, like, production design I get. Because, like, Terry Gilliam, like you were saying earlier, Tim, like, he just, like, he packs the area with, like, stuff. Yeah. And, like, it's very detailed and, like, wild.
I still can't believe it's Terry Gilliam.
Robin Williams, like, he has, like, a room, basically, that his, like, he's allowed to, like, sleep in this, like, boiler room. And it's... You know about that, eh? But it's like just filled with like stuff because he's a homeless guy.
Much like my.
I was gonna say every room that Adam is in is a boiler room.
Thank you, Tim. Appreciate it.
But it's just packed full of stuff, like just random trinkets and stuff. And yeah, it's very Terry Gilliam. Like it did. The tone reminded me so much of 12 Monkeys. Like I don't know why. Like
I'm out
visually.
Not a fan.
As the resident,
and the score was nominated too. I was like, what? It's so forgettable. Like, bizarre.
That's it. I'm googling what was up that year.
Was it? Would you? Like you said, it kind of reminded you of 12 Monkeys. Did the score for this remind you of 12 Monkeys?
No, 12 Monkeys had a very memorable score.
And this was just nothing.
I saw that it got nominated for score. I was like, what score? Like, it was ridiculous.
Some pianos, some. Probably saxophones.
Yeah.
As far as the movie itself, though, I want to get to that because it has 83% on Rotten Tomatoes. Like, it's still critically like well received. I didn't love it. Like, I liked it, but I felt like Jeff Bridges' character, like, basically what happens is he's like one of this caller calls in, and he goes on a rant about like yuppies and like. Just, we need to get rid of all the yuppies, blah, 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 like people like taking over the city. And the guy's like, oh, okay. And then he goes on like a rampage and like kills like a bunch of people in this restaurant. And as a result of like what Jeff Bridges told him. And as a result, it basically he finds out Jeff Bridges is like living the good life in his like fancy ritzy like apartment, and he sees on the news like what happened. He's just like in shock, and it like cuts like 3 years later, and he's like just this like bum basically. He like quit his job, and is like living with his girlfriend, Mercedes Ruehl, and he comes across Robin Williams, and Robin Williams' character, you know, his wife was one of the people that was killed, and so Jeff Bridges finds that out, and he wants to like do something good to like get back, basically, to like make himself feel better about it. But that's why I just didn't necessarily love like his like reason. Like he's basically like using Robin Williams to like make himself feel better about himself, and it was like the underlying like what was going on. It was like, I don't know, it was like really, I didn't love his character for that reason.
I feel like a more interesting movie would have been to see what happened to him like immediately after finding out, instead of cutting 3 years later.
Yeah, like I felt like there was a bunch. Like I liked his like shock jock like DJ personality, radio DJ personality, and it would have been nice to see his like downfall basically.
Yeah, like I could see him like
cutting that out,
trying to continue on with the show and getting callers coming in and being like pissed at him and stuff, and he's like, oh my god,
trying to deal with it.
Yeah,
and
That
stuff.
is
That would be
Howard's
cool.
turn.
And then finding out more about Robin Williams' character, like as a result of it, because there's like flashbacks and stuff like that, and I didn't love his like character arc, because like he gets to a point where he feels like he's got his redemption, and then he just basically becomes the same character. Like he didn't result, he didn't gain anything. There's some more stuff that happens after that. That's like halfway through the movie, and he goes through a little bit more of a transformation. But I felt like there wasn't that much development as far as his character goes, but yeah. So for that, it kind of took away from it for me. But overall, like I enjoyed watching it, like just for the performances. Robin Williams, like who doesn't love Robin Williams?
Do you
Like
think
early
he
90s.
was like amazing in it, worthy of an Oscar nomination?
Yeah, I could see. I
Yeah.
could see him getting nominated for it.
Do you know who he lost to that year?
Probably someone from Silence of the Lambs. I'm guessing Anthony Hopkins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is astonishing because he's in that movie for like 11 minutes or something.
yeah.
I'm speechless.
Must have been a
I
damn
mean-
good role.
It's pretty crazy
It
too,
is.
because like really Jeff Bridges is the main character in this movie.
Really?
It's about Jeff Bridges,
He was up for
And-
Best Actor. That's crazy.
and Robin Williams was up for Best Actor, which like the kind of
That's weird.
It's a weird
those
year for the
category
Oscars.
switches
Yeah,
are kind of
very
bizarre,
weird.
right?
Yeah.
And Robert De Niro was up for Best Actor in Cape Fear, in which he's clearly not the lead.
But he's the bigger name.
That's baffling.
That's just messed up.
Realist.
And there was this weird kind of like relationship, like Jeff Bridges basically, in order to get back, he tries to get Robin Williams like hooked up with Amanda Plummer, who, if you guys don't know who she is, you guys know who she is?
Yeah.
Like Honey Bunny from Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
Like, where she holds
Oh,
up,
yeah,
holds
yeah,
up
yeah.
the restaurant.
Gotcha. Yeah.
She's like this really awkward like lady that Robin Williams like follows, basically, like stalks. He has like a
Interesting,
crush on,
Okay.
because he's like a schizophrenic basically.
What?
And then Jeff Bridges like tries to like get them like hooked up. That's his like way of getting back. And I don't know, I just felt like totally, I don't know, it was just bizarre. There's like this bizarre like dining room scene where they're having dinner, and she's like, it kept like, it's like cutting, it's like the same shot, and it just cuts to like the next shot of like her like eating, like dropping it, like like laughing, and then cut to like pouring food out like off the plate onto like the other plate. It's just like cutting like a little like happy scene. But it was just, I don't know, their relationship was like, I don't know, it just didn't do it for me. But overall, like for the performances and the story, it wasn't bad. I liked it. I didn't love it, so I'm gonna give it 3 out of 5. 3 out of 5 reels
Sweet.
for the Fisher King. Don't know if it deserves the accolades that it got, but we're seeing. Mostly for Robin Williams dancing naked in a park.
I am
Sweet.
in.
Yeah, so down.
Yeah, you get to see all of Robin Williams.
How did he not win for that? Are you kidding me?
It was pretty hilarious. He's just like shaking his ass around and like dancing, like jumping up and down. It was like, I was like, are you kidding me? I'm actually watching this right now. I actually
would do
laughed. Robin Williams, ridiculous. I think with that, let's move into our review of the week. Maybe there was a tie in there. This movie also stars Jeff Bridges.
Ooh.
Unintentional tie.
Let's transition from Ron Williams' dick to the Little Prince.
That's actually what he calls it.
Yeah.
So the movie we're doing this week is Little Prince, The Little Prince, directed by Mark Osborne, starring Jeff Bridges, like I said, Rachel McAdams, Paul Rudd, Marion Cotillard, James Franco, Benicio del Toro, Ricky Gervais, Albert Brooks, among others. Tim, you want to give us a little Timnopsis, or you can do a Timnopsis?
You didn't prep?
He never is.
Yeah, I can do this. There's a little girl. Oh, this is going to be bad. Sorry, I don't have characters' names or anything on me. Rachel?
Okay, here's her name. The little girl.
Oh, okay, really? Oh, yeah, they don't have names. Okay.
Everyone, yeah.
The little girl
literally, you can just
is ambitious, and she has her whole life planned out, and she's planning on going to this awesome school. And then they move in to the school zone, and they happen to be next door to the aviator, voiced by Jeff Bridges. And he starts up a little friendship with her vis-a-vis a story that he has written called The Little Prince.
Yes.
Based on the book, The Little Prince.
Yes. So, Little Prince, animated flick, if we haven't mentioned.
Animated.
Quick thing.
Originally French also.
Did you say Marion Cotillard?
Marion Cotillard.
You did say
yes.
her? Okay. Because I didn't know she was in this.
Yeah.
I was
Shocking.
going to blow everyone's mind.
She played the Rose.
You should listen to cast names when they're being read out. Not like when I read a cast list and then you question me and ask me who else is in it. I'm like, I already told you.
Who is in this though, Scott?
Jeff Bridges, Rachel McAdams, Paul Rudd. So what do you guys think of The Little Prince? Tim, you are a lover of
I do love my animated movies.
Thoughts on Little Prince?
I love half this movie. And then the other half I think is okay.
Savage.
I really like the Little Prince parts. I think the animation is gorgeous looking. It's all done with like paper and stuff. It's really
Stop
unique.
motion.
I think the voice work in all those scenes are great. And then the actual like fully realized like 3D animated parts are just
version.
Yeah, the Disney-fied version of the rest of it. It's just kind of run of the mill.
Yeah, I gotta agree with you there. I did really enjoy the Little Prince parts. I thought the animation was, like you said, fantastic. Like, nice. I wish more, movies to use that style.
Yeah.
Because it is very. You can see. I feel like it adds so much more. It's not like it's not like Norm in the North. Like they just just did it for the money.
Yeah.
Like 3D CG.
So much effort was put into
like you can feel the effort and the time and sweat that was put into it. And I feel like it's more like it. I don't know. It just results in something a little bit more than the average. I did really like that, but the 3D parts, the CG
especially
parts.
the end, kind of goes off the rails for a little while there.
Yeah, you find out who the prince and everything. Yeah. From there going forward. I don't know. For me though, I just want to say that part. I just found it was to be boring, to be honest.
It was, yeah.
Like the
it
Disney
side. I was like, I want to see more Little Prince stuff.
I did not care at all. Like it was dull for me. What, Adam? Your thoughts?
My thoughts on the
general thoughts.
The little P, if you will, TLP.
Something you know well about.
Didn't love it. A little disappointed. I was moved by the trailer, so I had high hopes. Just pretty average. You hit the nail on the head for me, Tim. Like, the stop motion scenes were gorgeous and next level. Or I don't even know what to call it, paper motion. I've never seen anything like that.
And stuff. Yeah, it's crazy.
Blew my mind, but then the 3D animated stuff just fell into Pixar wannabe rip-off territory for me. Just kind of felt like they took Up and flipped it. It was like a wide-eyed, adventurous old man with a really grumpy, jaded little girl.
Yeah.
So
true.
That's a good analogy.
Get shit on, basically, Little Prince.
Get wrecked.
Highest grossing French animated movie of all time, 88 million worldwide.
One of two, probably.
Yeah, probably one of
I have
two.
no idea. French
One of one.
actually has a pretty big movie culture.
Yeah, how dare you?
I'm sorry.
Probably won a bunch of
Yeah.
Césars.
French know nothing about cinema.
You said that, not me.
Tyler, though, let's get your thoughts on Little Prince.
You saw it?
I did.
My thoughts. I wish
worried.
I saw it.
Nice.
I know. I was actually worried. Thank you for seeing it.
I did not want to. Against my will, I saw this.
Ruthless. You prefer allergen detergent?
I would actually, yeah.
Continue.
This movie, I got to agree with Tim a little bit. I thought I wasn't going to I thought I was going to enjoy the actual real D, I guess we'll call it.
Sorry?
It's the real kind of animation part of it. I'm calling it that because it's like 3D, but it's
D?
like the real part of the animation as opposed to the fake part of the
The stop motion stuff?
Yeah.
CG versus stop motion.
Yes.
Got it.
Yeah, I thought I was going to enjoy the CG a little bit more than the stop motion paper, but it was actually the opposite, which I did not expect. It was like an art, I'd say, when I saw the paper.
Yeah.
Like it was just beautifully done.
Pretty mind blowing.
Yeah.
But it was so underutilized. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, I would have
I
preferred
wanted to
just
just
see the
skip
whole
through. I
movie,
wanted
yeah.
to skip the CG parts.
I
just go-
almost did, believe it or not.
That's ruthless.
Someone should do a supercut where like they cut out all the other parts and just do the Little Prince like a 40-minute. It's probably not even 40 minutes. It's probably like
Half an hour short.
like a 30-minute short of.
It
just
felt
the
like
paper.
an extended short film to
Yeah.
me.
Well,
This movie,
that's
this
it.
whole
So,
movie.
like if you think about it, like the actual animation parts weren't 100% necessary. You could have cut them all out and still done the story of the Little Prince, and it would have been okay.
Yeah, just expand that.
Yeah, just go into greater. I'm sure that like there is more detail from this book that they could have just expanded the that universe a little bit and just cut out the parts of the little girl.
Apparently, this was like Marianne Cotillard's like dream. She would go to like sick kids' hospitals for charity stuff and actually read the Rose part like only.
Really?
So this is her passion project to like voice the Rose in this
So
book.
literally like 30
Interesting.
seconds.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's not much.
Yeah.
I did kind of laugh when I saw that James Franco was the fox.
I
That
was gonna say, let's
shocked
talk
me.
about these cameos. Like,
Yeah.
Great cameos.
nuts. Yeah. My favorite part of the movie, probably.
Yeah.
Well, other than stop motion.
It took me forever to figure out Paul Rudd,
I still didn't even realize he was in it. Who was he?
Mr. Prince.
Plays the Little Prince.
Prince.
When he grew up.
Spoilers. Growing up.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it's Paul Rudd.
Yeah, I
I
heard his
didn't
voice,
even-
and I was just like,
Would never go.
I know this. And it took me. It wasn't until
Who played the like angry businessman? I need to know.
Albert Brooks.
I thought it was him or John Cusack.
What?
So there's that.
Is
Interesting.
this what it's like when I mess things up? It's
I've
Somebody's
gone-
a tie.
I
Got a full tie.
Freaky Friday.
I honestly thought
You went full Switty, bro.
We switch brains.
I was flip-flopping
I hate this.
for
I
I
love
hate
it.
you.
the conceited man played by Ricky
Oh, I
Gervais.
loved that.
Amazing.
I honestly thought it was James Corden the first time,
Really?
Really?
I instantly knew.
I as soon as I heard, it, I was like Ricky
But-
Gervais.
but no, after a little
That
bit,
guy's creepy.
I was like, okay,
Yeah, I loved him though.
very creepy. Benicio del Toro was the snake.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't get that.
Had
was.
no clue.
Gorgeous.
I didn't realize till the credits also.
hey man, I'm a snake.
And I didn't get Rachel McAdams as his mother. I was like, oh my goodness, who is that voice?
I had no idea.
Who is
Are you
that
kidding?
voice?
I thought Amy Adams. I thought Elizabeth Banks at one point.
Yeah, she didn't sound quite like herself.
That's bizarre.
Quite bizarre. The little girl with herself, played by a newcomer, I guess, Mackenzie Foy, sorry. So, there's that.
I had no idea it was Mackenzie Foy.
Nice. same with the Little Prince too. It was just a newcomer kid.
Some little shit.
Paul Giamatti, unrecognizable.
Yeah, Giamatti.
What? Who's he?
I didn't write him down on the list here, but
It was the Academy something. Or
He plays the academy like main teacher guy who's like
Oh,
interviewing her. I
you're
think he
right.
like asks her like one question and then that's like his only scene.
he does come back later though.
Who he does in that crowd.
Yes. So Little Prince though, anything else we gotta say?
It's kind of a don't care for me.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know what to say. I got misty
Probably
eyed
the same
at the
next
end.
week.
Yeah.
A pretty similar scale of movies.
Yeah. I don't know. I got kind of emotional in this movie.
I got misty eyed.
Made me
toward the
feel
end.
for
I don't see that.
A little bit.
It wasn't enough
feels-
though. It's just
No.
I was like,
No.
wow, this was not what I wanted.
It's because the old man's just a horrible example for the child as well. Like he's going around trying to start planes in his backyard, driving without a license. Like
Even
this,
that opening thing where the propeller goes through the house.
like that's so much
Like, are
damage.
you kidding me?
It's fucked up.
Like, that's electrical work.
I
That's
realize
work
it's
to the
like-
foundation.
I realize it's like a children's movie, but like I was like, are you
The
kidding me?
landscaping. Like he did some serious damage. What, a fucking jar of pennies.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, sell your property, old man.
You like gave that
You
to
guys
the
are
police.
ruthless.
Yeah.
Just want to touch on the pennies real quick.
Yeah,
Gave that to police, and then the police like gave it to her as like payment
Yeah.
for the damage.
we're good here.
You're not just gonna give
Yeah,
a thing of pennies as like compensation.
you got to call your electrician.
You gotta go to the
Fix your wiring.
Insurance
foundation,
company.
Fence. Here's a jar of pennies. Fix it.
Jeez.
Nah.
That's besides the point, because obviously there's a plot device involved with that,
Of course.
the pennies. But
Yes.
still,
At the same time, get wrecked, old man.
get bodied.
Yeah.
I was hoping they would delve more into the suspicion of pedophilia in the town.
Just go like the hunt, basically.
I
Wow.
wanted it to pretty much turn into the hunt or like prisoners, like a
Well, somebody he was shunned by the entire neighborhood. He walked out and was like,
crime investigation.
Can you imagine?
"Hey, friends," and then everyone just like turns around, and hides in their house.
Can you imagine if this was
They
just the
find
hunt
like her
animated?
sock, and then that's it, with like some blood on it.
Like when he
Mom's
was
like
driving
crying.
with her in the car, and he's like, "Do you have a driver's license?" And she's like, "No." He's like, "Oh boy!" I thought it was gonna get dark after that. I thought the cop
No
was
one
gonna, like,
else thought that.
pull his gun and be like, "Get on the ground, old man!" And, like go to jail. Big courtroom scene. She was gonna have to like beg everyone to believe he wasn't a pedophile.
Yeah.
Now that would have been a movie.
Holds a doll out. Where exactly did the old man touch you?
shit like that.
Yeah.
Rated R.
Wow.
The Little Prince rated
I'm
R.
Can
in.
you imagine that?
The little pedo. Let's go.
Throwing out gold here for
Now,
me.
in this movie, would you still use paper stop motion?
Duh. Of course.
Sweet.
That describe his like fantasy world
Yeah.
that he like creates for
It's
the...
like it's like live action, but like any of the pedo scenes are just using like paper.
Definitely.
Cool.
It's the
Wow.
only way to do it.
I'm in.
You're a sick man.
Would have
Make
been
it
more
happen.
entertaining than what we got. A weird, I don't even, incoherent, like, dream-like experience.
Yeah.
That kind of bugged me. It seemed like
Want to rate this and talk about that weird ending?
Yeah.
Where I'm like
Yeah.
not sure if it was a dream or not.
Like the third
Yeah.
act.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm happy you guys agree. So we're in agreement
Yeah.
that we don't know what the fuck was going on?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
let's rate this
Bizarre.
pup.
Who wants to start us off?
Adam gives it a heavy 2. Next.
Scott gives it... I'm gonna go... It's tough. There's some redeeming qualities to it, but... Yeah, I'll go 2. 2 out of 5.
Useless.
I'm gonna go heavy
Which is-
2 because whenever the CG scenes happened, I was just like scrolling. I was like scrolling through my phone. I'm like, this is boring. Show me some more stop motion stuff, please.
Yeah.
I dozed.
Ty. I'm just gonna make you go last so you can't skip.
Pass. I will give this a 2 reels.
Boom.
Ruthless.
Savage.
I did not expect those ratings going before I started this movie.
No,
No.
I was expecting to be like 5 bang this puppy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I thought like they
No
would...
Rango.
I thought they would introduce it with like 3D
Rango.
animated, and then like basically the rest would be stop motion or something. Like bookend it with 3D animated.
Yeah.
And just have
Yeah, I
a
thought it
giant-
would be like you get the print like the Little Prince story like at one go. That would be cool.
Yeah, not split up.
And like intercut
Yeah.
with the rest of it.
The
So spoilers.
I also
gonna
really
spoil
liked when she's reading the pages and there's like drawings on page and those move and like
With the sheep scene.
the sheep
Yeah.
scene is like running into like the words and the words are falling off the page and stuff. That was really cool too.
Definitely.
Yeah.
We want to get into some spoilers?
Yeah.
At the ending?
What the fuck happened in that third act? She
I-
hops in the plane and then like flies into a different galaxy and like finds a planet where like all these characters have like grown up and forgotten about.
He's
The
not
thing?
kidding, folks. That happens.
I'm pretty sure when she went over
I
to
don't
his
know.
house, she found
Does
the
she have a
plane.
brain tumor?
Oh,
I think
dark.
that she might have found the old man's like brain medicine or heart medicine inside the plane, taking it, or even just like maybe some LSD was sitting out. Because that's the thing. You can't.
I could see him doing some.
You
acid
think he was
for
on
sure.
acid a little bit, right? So maybe he left some in the plane. She dropped a bit of acid.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, she's sitting in the back playing going like this, woo! And she's just high. Like, just high. And she's got no idea what's going on. The fox is moving. All this stuff.
Yeah, the fox doll is alive.
Oh, fuck.
Like, I'm not gonna lie, the fox scared me a little bit. I didn't trust the fox. I found him cunning and weird. I did not trust him.
Yeah.
That was weird when he first started moving. I was like,
Yeah.
is that just the wind moving him? I'm like, nope. Okay, he's fully animated and walking around. I'm like, this is really weird. I don't
He
know what's
started
happening.
waving. Like,
I was like, did I miss, like...
I'm guessing it's
Did
like
I
a
drop
dream.
acid?
What would have
It's
made
just a
perfect
dream?
sense would be like if you hopped in the plane, smash cut to paper stop motion, and have the rest of that third act in
Brilliant.
stop motion.
sold.
Because then you're like, oh, she's just like creating the story, and she's like
That's a pitch
living
right
the
there.
story, right?
It's
Yeah.
actually a much better idea.
Thank you.
Because the way they do it with the CGI, you're just not sure. Like, it doesn't... I don't know. It's more ambiguous that way.
And then meets the grown-up little prince in, like, paper stop motion. Like, you're right. It's just a simple fix. It could have been the exact same movie.
Because it being in
That might have improved
CG,
it.
like style, like from a stylistic wise sense, makes it seem like all that is real because the
Blurs
CG
line.
in that
But
scene
is
is real.
it actually real?
I don't know. If it wasn't real, they should have done stop motion paper because that would have looked awesome.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Bizarre.
I was just... Now that we're talking about it, what I'm thinking is going on is obviously, you know, the message of the movie is don't forget your childhood and everything.
Yeah.
Little girl's in such a rush to grow up, acting like an adult. The old man is living like a child. I'm thinking when she gets the plane and flies into another galaxy or whatever, that's like she's had her character arc where his lessons have paid off on her, and that's her being a child.
She's experiencing her childhood finally.
She's having a childhood adventure like in her mind, and like going on, like embracing the story of the Little Prince.
Yeah.
So like, there you go.
Which would be just great if they just did it in
Stop motion makes so much sense because like it would be her finishing this story that he like started, right? And
maybe
it would have gone up like a full.
Literally.
Maybe
star
what's
and a
happening
half,
is
Yeah, for sure.
or a reel and a half.
Four.
Sorry.
she drives the plane away. She takes off, but then what happens in real life is she actually crashes, and then it's her. It's like
Life is
what
like
happened
flashing
right before our eyes.
Literally, her brain isn't
That's
getting
why-
enough
You get like
oxygen.
quick like
Yeah.
It's
quick,
creating
you get, like
this-
quick like cuts of like CPR being done and like
She's got like turbulence. Just like, whoa, guys! Almost like it's just a paramedic trying to revive her.
That would have been sick.
Yeah. She's not getting
The
enough.
adrenaline,
Yeah.
you know, to the heart.
Yeah, not enough air to her brain. Quickly.
I mean, it's a possibility. I mean, it's definitely something worth considering.
All cards on the table right now.
If they really wanted to go ballsy, they should have gone to live action. When she breaks through like to the next dimension in that plane, I'm thinking live action.
Real life paramedic just beating on her chest.
Yep. Let's go. That would have been like every format: stop motion, computer animated, live action.
Wow.
And get the real Jeff Bridges.
Yeah.
Come on, guys. You guys
See, Ricky
He's a little bit
Gervais.
thinner in this movie than he normally is.
Like your Gervais
You
just
have to
walking
cut
around
the brow
smiling.
down.
get Benicio del Toro in a snake suit.
Oh, I'm in. This movie could have been a 5.
Oh.
James
they would just
Franco
listen to
in a
us.
fox
Franco.
suit.
Fox suit. His
Ricky
Pirates-
Gervais in a
Pirate Express
conceited
character in a
man
fox suit.
suit.
Yeah.
So
Oh
just
wait, that's himself.
being himself.
Ruthless.
Hey guys, I found the snake costume.
Oh God.
I'm going to wear it.
I'm a snake audio.
So lame.
Don't forget about me.
But I laugh.
All right, guys. Do you guys want to move on into our news topics? Anything else you want to mention about Little Prince before we move
Oh my
on?
God,
She-
the Little Prince.
Showed him the paper book thing. I got misty eyed. It was pretty touching.
No, that I didn't care
Fuck
about.
it.
It's nice.
I think the emotional part was when she was like chasing down on the bike. Like, that was like,
too,
man, it's
too.
like the one friend she's ever had, and now he's dying.
Seen it before.
Don't care.
Yeah, it felt like all very familiar.
Guys, if you saw the trailer for Little Prince and you thought it looked great, go see Up, and it'll be way better.
Also, just wait for the inevitable YouTube user who does a cut of just the paper. Someone's going to do that.
It'll probably be one of us.
Exactly.
Probably not enough time. Sorry. Let's move on into our news topics of the week, though. Keeping along with the theme of animated movies, we're going to start off with a trailer this week, and that is Sausage Party. What do you guys think of the Sausage Party trailer? Seth Rogen, star-studded cast here.
Love it.
This is our 37th Sausage Party, so I guess
we're all pretty familiar with the sausage parties.
Do you guys want to have a little Ashley's Corner for this one?
Oh, yes.
She's weighed in.
She watched the trailer. Loved it.
Ooh,
interesting.
Laughed quite a bit, and is very excited to see it.
I have to ask.
Shocking.
Was she fooled? Did you trick her?
No. She was like, she's like,
She
Tim,
knew what it
have
was
you seen the
going
trailer
on?
yet? I was like,
she showed you.
I have seen this.
Oh, okay.
She was watching it without sound on, and then when we put sound on, the laughs came.
The laughs poured out because this went viral on Facebook. Everyone's sharing it. Like, have you seen this new kids movie?
Yeah.
And it's supposed to be like this massive like shock. Didn't work on me. Obviously, I researched.
We already knew this movie was coming a year ago. So
I've been waiting years, bro. Like maybe 3 years or something. I don't even know. It's been announced for a very long time, and I was like,
it seems like a drunken idea.
Totally.
For a movie.
Just like a stoned out Seth Rogen's just like pitching this. I could see it.
Yeah.
Like this is the end where they're like doing like those sequels.
Yeah.
Movies. They're like, oh, we should do that.
We're all food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're all like,
oh my god.
Yeah.
They're all eating.
we're all sausages.
Like those Vienna sausages. Just stoned out of their mind. Like, we should do a movie about this, bro. But we are the food. Let's flip it.
Animated. But what do you guys think of it? You gave Ashley's impression. Tim, your impression though.
I think it looks hilarious.
Yeah.
Wow. Can't wait. I love that the Irish. I love that the potato is Irish.
Yeah, ruthless. And it has eyes all over it.
Yeah.
That is pretty good.
Come on.
He's singing the pipes and then just like gets skinned.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Me fucking skin.
What the fuck?
Eating children. The fucking children.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
So, Sweaty, what did you think of this?
I really want this to be good.
Oh?
It looks like it has potential to suck, though.
Ooh, I thought you were going to say you're like going full retard for it.
No. I want it to be good.
Okay.
But I feel like it could suck. Like, I feel like it could be just lame.
Yeah.
I will jump in and agree with you.
Mm-hmm.
I've apparently become Switty today.
One of us.
I laugh at the trailer, but it has potential to go either way. I think it could definitely be bad.
Mm-hmm.
Just the animation,
just corny.
Yeah, because like I've watched the trailer. What?
Get it? Corny.
Oh,
Nice.
damn it! I watched the trailer 4 or 5 times, and I realized what they've shown us is a very like shallow, surface level thing. It's just like a cartoon, like animated food saying "fuck," and that's the joke. So they're gonna have to have way like wittier stuff in there, material in there, to carry a 2-hour.
It's like
movie.
the shock value of seeing what you might expect as a kids movie, and then it's like R-rated, so they're making like saying "fuck" all the time and like making mature jokes.
Like Deadpool.
I was thinking that, yeah, but Deadpool obviously did it the right way, right? They succeeded, and they had way more than just like, you won't believe this superhero says "fuck." There's like way more to it. That's what they're gonna have to do for this.
You won't believe this hot dog says "fuck."
Exactly.
Yeah.
And he's like coughing on smoke too.
Yeah.
Like smoking.
Classic Seth Rogen.
And then like the Saving Private Ryan scene.
If I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna be high.
Amazing.
Where like the can of like noodles is like scooping his guts back in.
Yeah.
And that Oreo
That
just finds his other half on the ground. It's like, oh.
What is this? What is this?
That shit will fuck you up.
That shit will fuck you up for life.
I can see just Jay Baruchel doing that can though.
I love
Reminds me
the
of Tropic
cast.
Thunder.
That cast is great.
Yeah.
Jonah Hill, I think Paul Rudd, Kristen Wiig.
It was insane. It was like get body, just listing every name.
Selma
Question:
Hayek.
Do these guys have like a group name at all? Because there's like the frat pack from a few years ago, and the rat pack and the brat pack.
I know.
Do you guys have a name? I feel like they should.
They
They
really
should.
I don't know.
Dart pack?
They're almost too big. Like, all
Yeah.
the comedians, like, work together nowadays.
Yeah.
Like, This
Weird.
Is the End was, like, literally every good comedian.
True.
Scott,
Yeah.
your thoughts on the trailer?
My thoughts, though, like, I do kind of agree with you, though. Like, initially, like, before, I was like, when I saw that there was a Sausage Party trailer, I was
You
like,
had to see it. Sausage Party, Scott's in.
yeah, I do enjoy a sausage now and again. But, I just, honestly, I didn't care. Like, when I was like, really? Sausage Party? Like, I was not excited for this movie at all. So when I heard, like, the idea, it was already like, okay, Seth Rogen is, like, high right now. And he just came up with a random idea. Let's be talking sausages and call it Sausage Party. I'm like, really, man? Like, that's lame. And I'm not gonna lie, like, I laughed. Like, the trailer is funny. It's funny cut.
Yep.
The trailer.
I can't deny it.
I
It's
cannot
funny.
deny that. But I'm still wary of the actual film itself. Like,
Yeah.
will it actually be, like, consistently funny? I'm on the fence. I'm on the fence right now.
I guess
But what
we'll
I've
see.
seen, I like. What I've seen, I like.
Agreed, I think.
Yep.
Consensus?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So far, so good.
So far, so good. I think we'll move on to our next trailer then.
Oh,
You guys
what's that?
don't have anything else to say. And that is a remake of a classic film called Ben-Hur.
I didn't know this was a remake.
Oh my god, Adam, don't worry.
You're off the podcast. Are you serious?
I'd heard the name
Did you
before.
actually not know?
When I heard Ben-Hur, I'd heard it, but I didn't know it was a remake.
I haven't gone full Switty, thank God. Oh,
He's back!
you thought I was trying to take your place, eh? You had to stunt real quick.
Wow.
Only Switty can do that.
Ben-Hur is like a classic
Get the fuck out, man.
movie.
Classic Charlton Heston movie.
Charlton Heston, yeah.
Oh, shit.
Chariot race is like really famous.
How many guns
Like
did he
a
have
dude
in this
almost
one?
died during doing it.
Did he have lots of guns in this movie or no?
He had no guns and no apes touching him.
I'm surprised.
No damn dirty apes. What do you guys think of the Ben-Hur trailer, though?
Not much, I can tell you that.
Ruthless,
You don't
Tim.
think much?
No,
Okay.
this looks brutal.
It kind of reminds me of, like,
looks terrible.
Gods of Egypt.
Yeah,
Okay.
I got better
I'm
comparisons
jumping
than
in.
that.
Gods of Egypt. That's exactly what I was thinking when I was watching
Yeah, I
it.
was like, I gotta watch.
Halfway through.
or the Exodus movie from last year with
Yes,
Christian
yeah,
Bale
okay,
and
that's-
Joel Edgerton.
But worse. This
But
literally
worse.
looks worse.
I saw it and I was just like, I could have sworn I heard Gerard Butler. And I was like, oh no, I gotta watch Gerard Butler scream his way through another movie.
Fuck.
Yeah.
This movie, let me cut it in. This movie seems like Gladiator. It's like,
Yeah.
but here's the thing. It's like
There's literally a line
it's-
that's almost from Gladiator.
yeah, they have like the same slave owner guy, slave driver guy, who's basically I forget the name of Oliver, someone from Gladiator.
Yeah.
The actor who they like
Yeah.
CG'd in
Yeah,
is played by the former Lord Commander of the Night's Watch from
Yeah.
Game of Thrones. They look like the exact same person playing the exact same role. But this movie looks like the worst parts of like Gladiator, 300 Rise of an Empire, Pompeii,
there's a line in this
And-
movie where
Exodus.
the guy yells, "Are we not having fun?" Which is a lot like the Russell Crowe line, but not as good. Are you
Just
not entertained?
It's like it's familiar, but it's worse.
Yeah,
That's what this movie feels like.
this
to
feels
me.
like the movie that like, let's say this was like 1950s when Ben-Hur first came out, and they were like doing like that studio that releases like similar movies at the
Oh.
same time. Where like the same year that Zodiac
The
came
lesser
out, you
version.
get like Zodiac Killer. This feels like the lesser version that would come out.
Yeah.
It'd be called like Benjamin Hur or something like that.
Yeah.
Just slightly different to confuse
Bendler.
people.
Would
Ben
you boys
Lawler.
like to
Yeah.
hear what the director's done?
Yes,
I don't know
please.
if you know.
Did you
Directed
Gladiator?
by
He's a Russian director. His name is Timur Bekmambetov. He did
oh yeah.
two actually very popular, well-reviewed Russian movies, Night Watch and Day Watch. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of them.
No.
Saw them when I was younger.
I saw The Watch.
Totally not that.
Okay.
2008's Wanted.
True.
Oh, okay.
Wanted.
2012's Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter.
Okay.
This guy's on a roll.
Yeah.
So the perfect fit for Ben-Hur. And that's it. So
Well,
I'm hyped.
Bend her over.
Yeah, this movie looks fucking
Get
terrible.
fucked.
I'm out. It just looks like a cheap Spartacus, like the show Spartacus, like rip off garbage.
It just reminds me of like Wrath of the Titans, not Clash, which actually was pretty good.
Nope.
Wrath, which was just shit.
Both are just shit.
Adam was on board.
Both.
For those out there.
I was so close.
Both involving Toby Kebbell, actually.
Oh, of course.
Toby Kebbell was in Wrath.
He's building quite the resume of garbage. Fantastic Four.
His live action roles not great.
Yeah.
No,
He
More
plays
crap.
one hell of an 8.
Oh, he does actually. Damn.
Boy, does he play a
He
monkey.
just as long as I can't see him, he's good.
As long as his face is completely hidden,
Yeah, make yourself
And his performance is
unrecognizable, and then you'll
completely-
be good.
camouflaged,
Yeah.
then yes.
He's the
that's
new
great.
Andy Serkis.
Yeah.
But
Although Andy Serkis can actually
Andy
act.
Serkis is talented.
exactly. That's true. Actually, his Black Mirror episode, he's great in. Toby Kebbell.
I'm kidding. He's actually pretty good. Like, he's good in Rock and Rolla.
Haven't seen it.
He plays Rock and Rolla.
He just picks bad movies. He's a
Yeah.
talented guy.
Yeah.
But
He's
Fantastic
got a
Four,
bad picker.
Ben-Hur.
Get a new agent, bud.
It's kind of depressing that they're remaking this classic, like, legendary movie, and it's just like a schlocky, like,
Yeah, right?
paint by numbers thing.
I kind of like...
It's
When I heard they were
depressing.
remaking it, I thought maybe they'd put some resources behind it or treat it with some like
Get
respect.
a good director, get a good cast.
Even
Sorry.
like I can't even say the cast is bad on paper. It's
On paper,
you
I
know,
guess.
like Toby Kebbell, I mean,
But like Charlton Heston, and then you get
Jack
Morgan
Hutchinson.
Freeman. Nice.
Oh, we should talk about Morgan
Oh.
Are
Freeman.
we gonna talk about Morgan Freeman in this?
I like his hair.
all right.
I'm
I've already
saying that
mentioned
flat
off the
Scott,
air,
yes. What's your impression of him?
he's
hilarious.
basically one of the twins from Matrix 2,
That's great.
except
Black.
Matrix Reloaded.
I
He's
said that he
missing-
looks like his character from the Lego movie.
yes,
Oh
Also
my
accurate.
God.
and that Ben-Hur should be finding the Craggle, I guess. That's his quest. Yeah, ridiculous.
What else? we got?
Honestly, he kind of took it out of the movie for like took me out of it. Seeing
Kind of.
Doesn't take much, but yeah,
like just
I
seeing
don't know.
he's very
Morgan
out of
Freeman.
place in that movie.
Every time I see Morgan Freeman, it's like, oh, they got Morgan Freeman to do like the Morgan Freeman role.
Yeah.
It just seems like cheap
That
and like
hair.
easy. It's like the easy way out. I just
Get
I
Morgan
hate
Freeman.
that. I hate that.
You need an old wise man. Morgan Freeman is your guy.
Yeah.
They need to like branch out a little bit more with the actors, the pool of actors that they use.
Go for the Samuel L. Jackson, you know.
Like, you either get him or like Max von Sydow or like,
Michael Caine.
yeah, like you know what I mean. Like
Yeah.
there's like a couple.
Michael Caine, the white Morgan Freeman.
Yeah.
Damn, son.
Give that guy dreads, am I right?
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
Children of Men. Already did it.
Wow.
Been heard, done that. Next.
Are you from like St. John's or something? Let's move on to our next trailer, and that is
Let's bury that piece of shit.
the latest film from Tim Burton,
TB.
Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children, starring Asa Butterfield, Ava Green, Swatelsky.
Making audible noises.
Let's start with you.
Moaning.
What are your thoughts?
Sweetie equal hyped. Just saying. Wow.
You know where the
Not
door-
a good response in the room.
You know where the door is, right?
The room just
Walk
instantly
out of
went
it.
cold.
Wow. Anyone else? Adam, your thoughts?
I don't want to save him by just talking about my thoughts. I want to just keep going.
No, please, someone say something.
Just get your head
So it's
above
Tim
water.
Burton's. Okay, so this I believe is based on a series of novels. I could be wrong.
Yeah. Don't know. I'm no expert on this at all. This doesn't look like anything. Like it has like hints of Tim Burton. It doesn't feel like something he's done before though. Like it's got like a new kind of feel to it. I don't know if that's a good thing or not.
It's a good thing.
I don't know.
Still feels very Tim Burton-y.
visually,
not full Tim Burton.
visually, yes,
it's within his wheelhouse.
But I wouldn't say
sure.
that. I wouldn't say like content wise. I don't feel like it's something that he's done. Like this story does. It feels new.
I'll jump in.
Yeah, jump in.
If I may.
Mm.
I don't want to cut you off. I'm torn. It doesn't look terrible. I will say that. I think it looks fun. Could be pretty cool.
That's not what I thought you were going to say.
You thought I would hate it.
I thought you were going to try this movie a new asshole.
Nope. I'm not like excited. I'm like, oh, this is amazing, but it definitely doesn't look like garbage. On Twitter, I've seen someone say it looks like Harry Potter meets X-Men. It's like a fair comparison. Everyone on Twitter was going nuts, saying like Tim Burton's back. By the way, when this trailer dropped, people are loving it.
No, they're right.
Jake McCannell. I can't repeat what he said, but he's excited.
What?
Let's put it that way.
Of course he is.
Yeah.
I got more like Harry Potter meets like series of unfortunate events.
I got X-Men meets series of unfortunate events.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
better.
Spot on. Did he do series of unfortunate events?
No.
No.
It felt very Tim Burton now that I think
Just
of
coming out. There's a TV series
On Netflix, or
Starring
Yeah.
NPH
of
Neil
series
Patrick
of
Harris.
unfortunate events.
as Count Olaf.
Neil Patrick Harris is Count Olaf.
I've never gone from excited to not giving a fuck so fast. Literally, like, felt two emotions at once. I was like, what?
Like, really? It's happening? Wait, Neil Patrick Harris?
his
Let me
voice
kill
was saying
myself.
one thing, his face was like a completely different story.
Wow. Wow, speechless. Guys, sorry, go ahead.
So my thoughts on the trailer for Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. To be honest, like, I think it looks like shit.
Thanks, Scott.
Ouch.
It looks like Pan or something like that. Like, it just looks...
Looks like Alice in
Cheesy.
Wonderland.
Pan?
It looks... Yeah.
Pan's Labyrinth, maybe.
Up top, me and Switty are the new bros now.
What? What just happened?
I don't know. Fuck
I
it.
feel...
Adam, you realize I don't edit things out, right? This is all
Tim.
staying in.
You can
Tim,
edit
please.
this out.
That high five is very audible.
Episode 37, they've accepted me as one of their own.
37 weeks in, we've bonded.
Yeah, I don't
One
know.
down, two to go.
I feel like, as far as the story you're going to get out of this, like, I feel like we've seen it a million times.
I
A
will...
million times. Nothing
Right,
new
You're breaking
here.
my spirit. Fuck it.
There's nothing new happening
It
here.
looks like shit.
This might get you hyped, Adam.
Looks like shit. 5 stars. Fuck it.
There's a quick shot of a villain-looking guy that we thought was Samuel L. Jackson.
What?
It is Samuel L. Jackson.
No.
Yeah.
I knew it was him. Doesn't get me hyped
Doesn't get me hyped.
whatsoever.
I was kidding.
Oh,
That was my test. That was my test to see if you're full tie. Because Switty got pretty excited.
I got so stoked.
Just
My
'cause
boy
it's Samuel
Sammy J?
Jackson doesn't mean it's good.
Motherfucker.
That's a good
So
impression.
down.
I did like the Slender Man at the end. That was pretty cool. But
Creepy.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, you get Asa Butterfield, who's like the outsider, joining. He's basically like Harry Potter. Like, he goes to the school, sees all the new powers and everything, and then he has his own peculiarity. Like, what will that be? And all this stuff. And he's gonna go on the hero's journey. And Samuel Jackson's attacking the school. They got to use their powers collectively together to like fight off the big bad guy who's gonna attack the school. Obviously.
were you not impressed visually by the underwater sequence at the opening? At all? Because that's what I was impressed by the most.
Really?
Yeah. You weren't impressed?
No, not really.
Really? Vicious. Okay.
I thought it was
I'll go
amazing.
fuck myself. I thought it looked like real. Like, I was like, how did they do this underwater?
Like, my undying love for Tim Burton aside, I feel like that underwater scene was just really, really well done.
It was okay. I didn't love it.
Okay, I'm gonna go shoot myself in the fucking face.
I liked it a lot. I was
Yeah.
like,
I don't know.
Aquaman should...
Maybe it was just
Well,
the shot of the little girl with the
drumstick.
drumstick.
Yeah, I
Just-
figured. Yeah,
Made me sick watching that. I just thought it looked so horrible.
Oh, when she feeds the back of her head
Yeah.
or whatever?
It was like,
I will
that is
admit, didn't love that.
absolutely
Mm.
horrible.
Very live action Nightmare Before Christmas feel to that scene.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I didn't love it, but Tim, do you give me your thoughts yet?
Yeah. Doesn't
Yeah,
look
you
very
have?
good.
Moving on.
No, yeah, I don't really care about this. It doesn't look that great. Tim Tim Burton from the 90s had like a pretty unique style, and he seems like every movie he's doing is just getting like less and less Tim Burton and more into like generic Disney looking films. Like this looks like Maleficent or Cinderella, which actually is a pretty decent movie, but like
He was going to do Dumbo, right? Or is he still doing that?
I heard that was dropped.
he needs to do some original
Does that
stuff
happen?
again. I think that's his big problem.
Which
He's
is
been-
Disney.
He's just
It's
been doing
Disney.
Disney stuff for like the last decade.
You're right.
I don't like it, but this really reminded me of. I guess I'm just fucking killing me. Percy Jackson.
Yeah.
I did get a Percy Jackson vibe
Yeah.
halfway through, and I was like,
Don't care.
Now, if they brought back
Less
Pierce
of
Brosnan as a centaur, then maybe I'd be on board.
Is that a thing, guys? Or is
I
He
wouldn't
was in-
know. I hope you just lied.
Oh, Pierce Brosnan was a centaur in the first one.
Bleh.
Do you guys have a knife so I can
Wash
slit
my
yours?
mouth out from that.
No,
disgusting
Minotaur. No,
shit.
centaur.
If he was a Minotaur? Are you kidding me?
No, there was a minotaur, but it
I'll
wasn't
tell you
him.
what Timmy B needs to do. Stick to animation, bud. Because his last couple animated flicks were up for Best Animated Picture, and they're said to be very good. I haven't seen them, but Frankenweenie
Corpse Bride.
and
Coraline.
no,
He didn't do Coraline. He did Corpse Bride. That's pretty good.
He didn't do Coraline? I feel like...
yeah,
That's
I think
shocking.
it was Corpse Bride and Frankenweenie were both up for Best Animated. I think Frankenweenie might have won.
I think it did.
You can fact check it, but yeah, and his live action stuff has been
Yeah.
so. Stick to animation, and those two were original movies, like you said. He needs to do original stuff.
All right, let's move on into our next trailer of the week.
Fuck you guys.
And that is the latest trailer for X-Men Apocalypse. What are you guys' thoughts on the new X-Men trailer? Anything in particular?
Who's
You guys
first
hype?
here?
Okay, I'll go, I guess.
Tim's hype right now.
I'm not hyped for this movie still.
Okay, good. Okay,
Well,
I'll start.
I think the biggest thing that I'm not loving
Savage.
a lot is like, I don't know if you guys have noticed it, but it seems like a lot of the backgrounds are just full CG. Like everything in the house looks great, and then like everything in the daylight looks great, but then there's a
Environments.
big battle that's happening at the end. That's obviously like the big apocalyptic battle, and like there's like a ruined city and like storm clouds and stuff, and it just looks so CG.
They're just on a big soundstage.
Yeah, like, you
in
can
a
tell
big
it's just
green
straight up.
warehouse.
Yeah. Which you didn't get in Days of Future Past. Like Days of Future Past, like that future set was like a full set, and then they did the CG like background. But this looks super fake looking. I don't know. I don't like it.
I'll agree with that.
I don't like it.
They're going full Hobbit.
Yeah.
oof.
It's like almost like Brian Singer's like phoning it in a little bit with this one. I don't know why. I don't know.
So I agree with you on that. My point's not so technical. What I don't like about it, it's more, I'm gonna say story wise. I don't like how evil Magneto's looking in this. Like, don't get me wrong, he's
Really?
clearly a bad guy in this, but like I don't like how he's just like destroyer of worlds in this. Like in the other movies, like he's like the villain that you hate to love kind of thing. Like, you know, like he's the villain, but you always know like he's still a good part of him. Well, okay, okay. Should I just go fuck myself?
No. Just he gets like possessed pretty much by Apocalypse.
That makes more sense. Never mind. Adam, how do you feel?
Even like Ian McKellen's version is still technically the same character, and like in the first couple ones, like the first like X-Men, he's like pretty just evil, right?
Yeah, he's evil,
So-
but at the same time, like he's still like him and his relationship with Charles kind of thing. But like in this, you don't get that. So that's why I was kind of confused.
Yeah.
Thank you for
He's like
shedding
Yeah,
that light on me.
he's much more of a anti-hero in these
Yeah.
movies.
Yeah.
And he's a
Which I like. I do like that.
he's a pawn, like you said.
Mm-hmm. Did not
Like the
know
Four
that.
Horsemen are like
I assume he'll be like one
mind-controlled.
of the first guys to break out of that spell or whatever and come back to the team and help defeat Apocalypse.
Fassbender will be.
Yeah,
And you know.
yeah.
Seems-
He's going to tear the metal wings right off our jingle. Calling it now.
Who, by the way, looks fucking awesome.
I literally thought you were gonna say fucking awful, because that's what I think.
Nope.
All right, I'll jump in. The Fraying Man will jump in here.
That's CG.
Don't care. I can't. I shouldn't be saying this because like I love X-Men.
Yeah. Last two was so good.
In fact,
Yeah.
I think reviewing this trailer was your idea. I think.
It was well, it's a big relevant movie. I just like it just looks like a video game. Like I don't care.
Yeah.
It's so generic. Like the world's ending again. I don't care. God damn it, make me care.
There's one shot especially that even there's a couple shots now that I think of it where it's just it's fully CG and it's like the bridge like exploding.
Yeah. Oh God.
I'm like really you gonna show that
we
shot?
We said
again?
about trailer
disgusting.
1. It looks like stock footage from any other movie, like World.
Let's blow up a bridge.
Tomorrow.
And like all the like missiles launching out of a field. I'm like, oh, guys,
Never seen that before.
Come on, guys. Yeah. That's just weak.
Jennifer Lawrence is so sorry. I'll
Yeah.
just cut you off. Jennifer Lawrence is so mentally checked out of these fucking movies too. She's like, oh no, the world's ending. Let's go.
You're X-Men.
It's right there.
Yeah.
Even when she's getting choked by Apocalypse, she's just kind of like standing there.
She's like,
I'm getting
don't choke me.
She's like dying to get out of there. Like just.
I have an Oscar.
Did you guys see
I'm
Joy?
good. I swear.
I'm sorry about Joy.
Contract's almost up. Get me out. Fox.
This is how unmemorable this trailer was. What you were just talking about, Scott. Don't even remember it.
Yeah.
Don't even remember that
What?
shot. The bridge exploding and all that.
God.
I was like, don't even remember it.
It's a quick shot. It's just something that stuck with me because it's been in every single trailer, and I'm like, why are you showing this dumb shot?
I have a theory about the CG, all the obvious green screen. I think Days of Future Past was Fox's highest budget movie ever, $350 million budget.
Damn.
And apparently like second highest movie since Avatar, like budget wise, of all time. And it didn't do like mind blowing. It made like 800 million, like around there. But with marketing, there was a lot of marketing. There had to be at least 100 mil in marketing. So it didn't make like crazy money.
100 mil in marketing is like really high.
I think there might have been more.
It's pretty cheap. It's usually like
For a blockbuster?
the same amount of
50
money
mil
as...
though is like normal.
Well, Batman vs Superman's 150 million marketing.
That's kind of that's kind of a unique case. But I guess I could see with Age of Future Past then.
So my theory is that they tried to like budget cut this movie because they're like, okay, let's rein it in. We
How
can't
could
be
they,
spending
though?
like
'Cause,
500 million.
You think of the story, like they're getting bigger and bigger, like as far as sets and like how can you possibly
Because 200
adding all
million
these new
is
characters
more
and
than
stuff.
enough money to make a big movie. It
Yeah.
doesn't have to be 400 million. It's retarded, right?
Yeah, that's
It's just
true.
overkill. You don't need that, right?
That's fair.
So
What did you guys think of the shot of Oscar Isaac? Actually, seeing
I did
Oscar
like that. I will say.
I thought Brendan Fraser was gonna bust in there and fucking try to shoot him with a sawed off.
Not on my watch!
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
That would have been good.
I thought.
Yeah, you do see the kind of like the origin a little bit
Alex!
Oh
more
God.
into the origin of Apocalypse and seeing what he looked like before he like turned into
Poe Dameron.
see Poe before he turned into what's the name of the character from
Seven.
Power Rangers?
Oh God, Ivan Ooze.
Yeah,
It's just Ivan
Poe
Ooze.
before he
Ivan Ooze.
I've heard Ivan. I don't know.
Poe Dameron before he became Ivan Ooze.
I think that's where he went when like the TIE fighter got sucked into the desert. He got sucked down into the pyramid.
Yeah, there's like a cut scene where you see Brendan Fraser like, running across the desert going after him. It's great.
Oh God.
Oh God.
Don't even joke. So don't care. Sorry.
Yeah.
I should,
We'll
but
see.
I don't give a fuck.
Oh, we'll be seeing it.
Oh, well, it's a big
For
movie.
this little
We'll
podcast,
let
right?
you know.
Right, Har.
I'm sure it
Reinhard
could still be good
Bender.
too. I don't want to I'm sure it could definitely be good. Love First Class.
Another thing that looks fake is that Quicksilver scene where he's running and like he's running through the hallway. I'm like, that's just a CGI screen behind him. But like the Quicksilver scene from Days of Future Past looks fantastic.
I'm looking forward because there's got to be a big Quicksilver scene.
Yeah, I'm just hoping it's
Singer
as
said,
good as well done as
You know they're going to make it a big focus.
Because it was such a huge part of the first one.
Yeah.
It literally stole the entire movie.
Yeah.
Everyone came out, first thing they said, how about that Quicksilver scene?
I think they're going to have to up the ante there.
Singer said they specifically they have a Quicksilver scene and they're attempting to top the first one.
Which I think is possible.
Because
It's possible, sure. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I told you guys this. I preferred the character of Aaron Taylor Johnson's Quicksilver. I think I'm not sure why. I just kind of like that actor portrayed a little more. But when I saw this scene, fell in love.
Evan Peters.
Yeah.
Decent.
Like, totally different from Aaron Taylor Johnson. But, like, this was just awesome.
Decent.
Yeah.
Decent.
Meh.
The scene itself, I think, overshadows the actual portrayal, in my opinion, of the character. Like, what he did in the scene. Anyone could have done that.
Yeah.
More like meh.
I don't know if he was I don't know if they've actually ever done like a true like comic book interpretation of Quicksilver, like what he
100% not. No.
Like,
no.
Well, of the two they've done,
like they're totally
Zero
not
had been.
what the comic book character is. So, anyways, let's move on into the last news topic of the day.
Oh.
That is the news that Indiana Jones will be getting a sequel coming out in summer 2019. Spielberg is back. Harrison Ford is back. David Cope is back. Screenwriter.
Record skip.
What are your thoughts, guys?
My first thought is I'm afraid that Harrison Ford is going to die before this movie gets made.
Ooh, ruthless.
Or die on set.
Yes. Like, is he going to be able to make it to this?
Ruthless.
Tell me I'm wrong.
That's the first thing that comes to your mind.
It's scary.
Well, he had 2 major injuries while filming Star Wars. This movie's like 2 years from now?
And
3 years from now?
It's going to be like physical action sequences.
Yeah.
He did break his ankle and then crash a plane.
Yeah.
And live to tell the tale.
Here's what comes to my mind when I first heard this news was, when is Han Solo coming out? The Han Solo movie? Like
2018.
And they're rebooting that and getting a younger actor. Like, just get that same actor and have him do Indiana Jones also.
I'm really disappointed that they're not doing a younger Indiana Jones movie like they had been rumoring about. With like
how old is Harrison Ford going to be?
Chris Pratt's name
like
is being tossed
87
around.
or something like that when it comes out? I think he's 84 now.
No.
He's not that old.
75.
I'm pretty sure he's 84.
He's 75. Relax.
Guys, I'm pretty sure he's 106.
So he'll be almost 80 when this comes out. He'll
That's
be 78.
exactly what I said.
Almost 80, not quite.
Yes.
78.
He will be.
Can't wait.
You want to see
You want to
see like I don't know, centenarian? I forget what the term is for like a
Geriatric?
a centurion?
Not a centurion.
That's
That's like a Roman soldier. A centurion, Harrison Ford. That's a movie.
Wait, I got Ben-Hur in my brain apparently.
But seriously, who wants to see like an ancient like Indiana Jones?
He's
like crusty, like basically up.
I feel like he's gonna have his whip like on a string, so that if he just drops like, he just pick it back up quickly, like he's got like on a spring or something.
Yeah, like who wants to see a 75-year-old Han Solo? That would be terrible. Oh wait.
Like, don't get me wrong, I'm excited to see him come back.
Best part of Star Wars Force Awakens was Harrison Ford at 75. So go fuck yourself.
But also he had that old man hobble run. That was hilarious. Like you're not actually running away from that thing.
Here's the slight difference in the character. There is Indiana Jones is a much more physical role generally. Like he's running around through like temples and like crazy shit.
For sure.
True.
Fighting people, hand-to-hand combat, being super physical.
Harrison Ford doesn't actually like swing from fucking trees and shit. They can get a stunt.
I get it, but is that believable to have like a super old man doing all that shit that you want to see out of an Indiana Jones movie?
I feel like this might be a lot of stand-ins.
Like Han Solo is more like shooting. Like I can see an old man. Like it fits a little bit more with his character. Like I can understand an older
Charlton
man
Slinger
doing that role, you know, but not so with like an Indiana Jones type character. I don't know. I don't.
I'll jump in. I'm very excited. Very excited. I don't know why I did that accent, but yeah.
Much excited.
I didn't even know like what was going on with Indiana Jones franchise. Like they said, like they'll think about it later on down the lines. Then the story came out of nowhere. I was like, oh shit. it was just shocking and like got me excited. Obviously, a little worried that Spielberg is back in after Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, and yeah, I was shocked when Harrison Ford was back. Then I just thought about how much I loved him in Force Awakens. Like, he's so amazing in Force Awakens. Like, by far the best part. Blew my mind. And
yeah, but you can't judge him based on that. Though. You got to judge him based on Crystal Skull, because that's much more.
Yeah, because last time
you're
we
right.
saw
That
him
was
doing
10
Indiana
years
Jones.
ago, and Force Awakens was last year.
But it's the same character though. It's that character. How you know.
What?
You can't compare.
I would judge him on a performance from last year, not a performance from 10 years ago. What do you mean?
No, because you're judging him based on a totally different character that he played. That he wasn't like it's the Han Solo character is completely different from Indiana Jones.
I wouldn't say it's completely different, but
I
see
It's
what you're saying.
Like it's like a totally different role.
Like I think he was fine in Crystal Skull as Indiana Jones. That movie has its faults, obviously.
Yeah.
But his like portrayal was like, I'm not arguing with that, but just seeing now, like you said, like 10 years later, and now this is 2019.
Well, what I was gonna say is
Like he's so much older than that, and he was already like super old in Crystal Skull.
right. But what I was gonna say is they haven't said he's gonna be doing the action stuff. He could just be passing the torch. Like, we have no idea what capacity his role is gonna be, right?
I guess, but do you want to see that? I want to see like Indiana Jones like having adventures and stuff like that. Like I don't know. I'm not excited.
But what? Like, what do you want to see? You don't want to see him.
I think the big
Oh,
confusion
sorry.
here is that you're mixing
You
up
do or
Harrison
don't
Ford
want
with Indiana Jones.
Same
Scott wants
thing.
to see Indiana Jones,
I want
not
to see Indiana Jones,
Not played by
particularly
Harrison
Harrison
not
Ford.
an old Harrison Ford playing
Yeah.
Indiana Jones.
Because
I
at this point,
okay.
Harrison Ford's going to be like 80. And it's not a question about whether or not he can do stunts, because he'll have a stuntman. Whether or not, the question would be, is if it's believable that Indiana Jones at like 80 years old is still swinging around and doing shit, or is he just hobbling along through temples? So
Yeah.
why not reboot it and get a fresh face, a younger guy, and make him like an action adventure guy? Like, he's supposed to be not some old decrepit man.
Well, I see what you're saying, but I think there's a way they could do it. Like, he could be along for the ride and shepherding in a new person like Han Solo did in Force Awakens.
Like Shia LaBeouf?
No.
Because that went real well. It's the same team behind this.
Not like Shia LaBeouf, please.
Is he
Dear
coming
God.
back?
That's what he's excited.
Let's hope
You
he's
know?
dead, actually.
I mean, to be honest, Shia LaBeouf lately has been decent. Like,
Low key.
movies,
Yeah.
like,
Performance-wise. I
Yeah.
don't want to see him riding elevators and shit, but... I don't know.
watching his own movies.
He has full, like, if Force Awakens hadn't been out, I would be like, oh god, I don't know. But he's fully restored my faith. Like, he's amazing in that movie.
But is that him or is that the writers and JJ?
Yeah.
Like,
It's him, 100%. He could have easily mailed it in, like, the last 20 years, every other performance he's done.
okay.
Why wouldn't... I still can't believe he didn't mail it in, actually. He had every reason to, and he chose to, like,
For Han Solo?
give his best performance. Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
it's amazing.
Yeah.
I just have the faith. And fuck boy George Lucas is far away.
Is he
so-
not involved in this?
No.
No.
Like,
But
at all?
that worries me because Spielberg is like BFF with him, so you know he might take his advice.
I doubt it.
But he's not like officially like on Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. He was on set every day, literally telling Spielberg what to do in his ear, poisoning him like worm tongue and the thing.
And Theoden.
That's probably the best description of George Lucas ever.
Just say Gandalf has busted in. And
Where he's like,
like
Gandalf would be
purified-
like J.J. Abrams. Where he's like, you have no
Yes.
power here.
and purified him, restored him to his pure self.
I
I have
told
to-
you
I'm
to
in.
take the wizard's
You're not
IMAX
selling me at
camera.
all.
Not selling at all.
Not at all.
I can't believe Force Awakens sells you guys.
Like,
not
I
at
want
all.
to see
Wow.
Indiana Jones. That's it.
I
Did you want to see Han Solo in Force Awakens?
Yeah.
Did you get that to
Yeah.
perfection? So,
Yeah.
but you have zero faith that you can get that 2 years later from Indiana Jones.
Yeah. 4 years.
Disagree wholeheartedly. I'm all in, boys.
No,
Sorry.
I'm excited.
I can't
I'm excited
compare
to
those
see
characters.
Harrison Ford in this role, but I just, as long as it's done right, like as long as it's not like I said, like unbelievable.
Yeah.
If Chris Pratt was to come and do it, I'd be happy with that. But as long as they do it right,
I'm sure he wants to send it off properly, because you guys are saying, like, why can't they do the Han Solo movie style of, like, rebooting of the young guy, right? Because what did he do before that? He sent off Han Solo into the sunset perfectly.
Like, obviously, like,
That's what he's
they're not going
trying
to
to
do
do.
anyone. He's not going to do another one after this. Like, this is
Well,
it.
you never know.
This has to be it.
We hope. I hope.
Harrison Ford just
I
starts
mean,
aging backwards.
unless they nuke a fridge again, I don't know.
No Lucas. No nuke fridging, please.
Yeah, that's pretty ridiculous.
Well, we'll see. We're divided. We will see. 2019. In 3 years, we'll find out who's right.
All right. With that, that'll do it for episode 37 of the Upper Late Podcast.
You can follow us on Twitter at UpRealLate, and you can find myself on Letterboxd at UpRealTim.
You can find us on Facebook at Upper Late Podcast and on Instagram at Upper Late Podcast. You can find me on Letterboxd at UpRealTye, T-Y-E.
You can find me, Adam, on Twitter at Franey25, Franey25, and Instagram and Letterboxd at UpRealAdam.
You can follow me, Scott, on Letterboxd at UpRealScott. And again, guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. So yeah guys, keep it real.